Good evening and welcome to the Indy Voice Show, where artists can listen, learn, and grow with knowledge empowering success. And now, here is your host, singer, songwriter, entrepreneur, Miss Wendy Hicks.
Woo, woo, woo. Hello, Indy Voice family. How are you? Seems like it's been such a long time. You know, it's been a lot going on, and then when I do get back, I tell you, my voice is. I caught something. If you guys follow me on Facebook Live, I took my granddaughter on the Disney cruise, and I tell you, I need to.
Showed out.
Oh my goodness! You know, I need to research. Not so much research, but I'm curious to know when the Disney cruise actually started, because I really find myself wondering why I never took my kids, because it's the greatest thing. I mean, they have a nursery for babies, but they also have aftercare. Well, not even aftercare. It's like all day and up until midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. They look out for your kids. And the kids don't want to leave. Like the first night, my granddaughter didn't want to join me for dinner. She didn't join me for dinner. And then the next day, she didn't want to get off the ship. So I was like, you know, thumbs up to the Disney. Yes. But I don't know if it was something going around on that ship or the whole day it took for me to get back at the airport. But baby, I bought something back. I did go to the doctor, and I'm not contagious, but you know, they even pump me up with antibiotics and cough medicine. So if I start coughing, I'm okay. It sounds worse than it actually is. So with that being said, so welcome to the Indy Voice Show. Welcome. This is a show that seeks to inform artists that are looking for resources to get their projects off the ground, you know, tips, shared experiences through other artists that, you know, kind of talk about, you know, what they've gone through in the process. Maybe it will help others. I've had promoters come on the show. I have artists, of course, that come and perform live. I have media folks. I have a publicist that's coming, and now I have this. You're the first.
Hey.
Yes, Mr. Ruben Bermudez, my friend and my makeup artist. I tell you, I've gone through quite a few, and it's just. It's been in the past. You know, I would just go to Mac and go to the counter and get my makeup done a few hours before the show and call it a day. And the person that hooked us up, shout out. I'm grateful to her because, you know, her schedule was such that, you know, she really couldn't step away from, you know, the store to come out. And you are just such a personalized person that, you know, you're willing to come out to the venue and sit with me. And it's like an all-day event.
It is.
So, excuse me, I thank you for that. And it is important. When we talk about building a team, I also have someone that works like a stylist and someone that works my stage outfits. It's important because you want to be able to connect. I mean, you know what I like, so you know we don't have to. That's one less thing to worry about when you're preparing for a show. And again, it's just good to have that. It's good to have that relationship.
Yes.
So again, I thank you and I appreciate you.
Thank you. And shout out to Janetta Johnson.
Yes. Hey, Janetta. Yes. Janetta, she done gone off to
doing big things.
Big things. Yes. She was like, I don't have time for you.
I'm right behind her.
Just don't leave me.
No.
Just don't leave me. And we'll introduce you. We'll talk more about what you've done in your career. But, you know, again, I thank you for coming because you've been on Channel 9 and Fox 5 News doing demos for folk. Yeah. Last time, a couple of weeks ago for Valentine's Day?
Yeah, on my birthday.
Yes. So happy belated birthday, too. Oh, you got to move this closer so they can hear you. Okay, so one of the segments of the show is called the Artist Quick Tips segment, and it's where I take articles from the Indy Bible, and the Indy Bible is an excellent resource for artists. It gives you information about, you know, who to seek for blogs, if you want someone to write a blog on your project, if you want someone to review your project, if you're looking for promoters in different areas. So if you're looking by location or by genre, You can just plug the information in and they will provide that for you. It's a great, great resource. So I like to go through and look for articles in the Indy Bible to share with the audience from week to week. And I posted on my Indy Voice fan page on Facebook. So the article that I thought would be appropriate for today, the Artist Quick Tip, it's called, "So How Do We Make Our Dream Become Reality?" Pretty interesting. So, and of course, you take away what you like, what works for you, because all things don't work. But I thought it was pretty interesting. So, the first thing it says is define the dream. So, what is it that you're actually trying to do? You have to be specific. Are you trying to be the world's best writer, or the next best thing since Beyonce? Do you want to be the lead in the church choir, own your own record label? You have to define exactly what it is that you would like to do. Define exactly what it is in your heart that you dream of. And then it says here, the bigger the dream, the harder to achieve. But as long as you're prepared to give what it takes, you'll find a place in the scheme of things. And that's so true. Second point is research the dream. Research, research, research. So the example that they give in the article, it says, so if you want to be a great writer, who is successfully cut on the charts? Who makes a lot of money? Do you know what the real charts are? Who's on them currently? What labels are consistently charted? What are the styles for the top 10 successes? What have they been in the last couple of years? So, you have to do your research. Like go to Billboard magazine, see some of the hottest songs that are out now, and do your homework and see who wrote those songs. One thing that it doesn't mention in this article is the importance of mentors. Like when you're seeking these people, a lot of them are probably busy, but someone would be flattered to help you along if you have questions. So that's very important. Practice the dream. Practice, practice, practice. Write a song. Go write a song without practice. You have to practice, especially or actually write every day, just like you would with an improvement program. If the newest song you're showing is old, you're not competing as a writer. So just do something every day, and I need to follow that myself. Rewrite the dream. So a lot of times, so in a nutshell, what this section is saying, sometimes you're going along and things change. Situations change, the people that come into our lives change, and the direction of that dream changes. And it's okay. So, be open to that. And it says, if something doesn't go the exact direction that you thought it should have, then rewrite the situation. If you find that you thought you wanted the big dream, but then you realize that the dream didn't include all the nonsense that goes along with it, because sometimes we don't know the ins and outs or the things that are going on behind the scenes. So, you might choose to not deal with that. And if that's the case, then change it.
Or the characters in that dream.
Absolutely. Hello. I like that. That's true. Excuse me. Pursue the dream. Don't give up. That's the first thing anyone successful who is giving advice says. So it must be true. Take advantage of all opportunities. Work, and work at it. Live the dream. Remember that each time you sing, play, write, perform, discuss, pitch, etc., you're creating a reality that supports your dream. So, and don't forget to applaud the little steps as well as the big. So, sometimes we might take certain things for granted, but, you have to, make sure that, again, applaud all achievements or accomplishments, no matter how big or small. This was also something really interesting. It says some people, for an example, some people who would give a great deal to have the opportunity to perform even in front of an audience, like let's say if you're doing karaoke. Some people look at that as nothing, or not, I wouldn't say nothing, but they would minimize and say, oh, it's just karaoke. Mm-hmm. But to some, singing in front of an audience, no matter how big or small or what the opportunity is, it's a big deal. So appreciate the skills and opportunities that you have been blessed with, and that you might even have a dream. So I thought that was pretty interesting. So the person that wrote the article, and again, I'm going to post this on my Indy Voice fan page, is Janet Fisher, who is managing director of Goodnight Kiss Music with BMI. She is both music publishers dedicated to supplying the entertainment industries with perfect material for any musical need. So, and Janet is also an author and the editor of Music Horror Stories, a collection of gruesome, true tales as told by innocent victims seeking a career in the music business. I said that because I think it'd be interesting to check that book out, Music Horror Stories.
I got some makeup horror stories too.
I
need to write a book.
You know what? Oh, we might be able to talk about that. We might be able to touch on that.
Shoot.
Man, is it me? Is it hot? Are you hot?
It's a little warm.
Woo!
I was a little humid.
Oh my goodness gracious! I was like, man, I'm burning up. Glasses fogging up. I'm like. So for the next segment, we're going to show. It's Have You Heard? Now I was looking for videos of just people that have some the latest videos that are out there. Because this is a visual show, it's always nice to kind of show videos just to give people something to look at. So I came across this video, and it's not, to me, it's not what I'm normally drawn to. Not so much the video, but the music. But I liked it. It caught my attention. So I want to share it with you guys and see what you think. So the title is called No Going Back, and it's by a singer-artist by the name of YUNO. YUNO. He's out of Jacksonville, Florida, and his style is like alternative / pop. So take a look at this. It's catchy. We'll talk about it when we come back. So take a look. And we're back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Now, for those of you that are tuned in on the website, again, you had a chance to actually see the artist, and it's just, I thought it was interesting that his look didn't match up to his voice, but I don't know, it was just something really catchy, and that's what music, we have no set style. There's always something about any form of music that might catch your attention. So, and I'm not really stuck to one genre per se, but I really like that. So again, that young man, his name was Yuno, and the song is No Going Back. So, and hi, Ruben. Yes, we need some bells, whistles, drums, my hand claps. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, so let's just start by, just giving a brief bio. Tell us, what you've been doing. How did you get started with makeup, and what you've been doing in makeup aside from these guest appearances, on the radio? On the TV stations.
TV,
yes.
Live.
Yes.
Well, it all started around, I think, 1999. It was in Lake Forest Mall, which is in Gaithersburg, Maryland. And I was walking, being a mall rat, and somebody stopped me at a kiosk and asked, did I need a part-time job? I didn't really have any goals then, and I was just hanging out at the mall. I was like, sure, why not? What do I got to do? And it was just selling powdered makeup, and you can add water or, other products to them to manipulate the texture to get different appearances of the product. And it just piqued my curiosity, and, I started reading books because this was before the internet came out. And I picked up Kevin Aquan's book, his books, because there was more than one. And then I just started watching people do makeup at counters. And then my sister, Anita, she asked me to do makeup with her friends at school for school events. She likes to sing as well. And so
Shout out.
Yeah. And she did talent shows, so I helped her out with some of that. And it just kind of started from that. Eventually worked into retail with, Clinique. Mac was my longest tenure with the retail company. And that's where I met you.
Wow. Isn't it something how sometimes your passion or your gift finds you? Because you would have never known beyond that or before that day that you would end up here right now doing makeup.
Yeah.
And you love it.
I love it. It's my bread and butter. It's my life. It's my passion.
Well, good for you.
Thank you.
So let's get into some questions. Okay, CUTC. So what is your makeup philosophy?
So my makeup philosophy is making makeup simple for all faces. So it's not about buying every latest product. It's using what you normally wear and just adding small things here and there.
I like that. Okay. So what is your niche? Like, what are you best or most known for?
I think my niche is going to be natural beauty.
I like that.
Natural beauty, and then / editorial.
Yeah, because you don't want to look too made up.
No.
And I like that. Now, what I like and most appreciate about your style is, one, I have never had someone so gentle. It's like I almost can't feel you applying the makeup. Remember I said that the first time? I was like, oh my God. I mean, when putting on the liner and just the eyeshadow, it's your touch is so gentle. And I like the fact that you educate as you go along.
Yeah.
Sometimes people want to hold stuff for themselves because they want you to just keep coming to them, but you definitely share the knowledge and, you educate as you go along.
Sometimes I may not be able to be there for you, so you got to learn to ride the bike on your own.
Well, we're not going to speak that into existence. And by the way, my mom wanted me to let you know that she has not forgotten about you because she still has a family member that she wants to treat to a makeover.
Oh, okay.
So she's going to definitely be looking you up.
Yeah.
All right, so now this next question, I don't know if we need to actually see it or if you can just answer the question. What are some must-haves in your personal makeup kit?
I think, your staple items are going to be brushes. You're going to need something to put the makeup on, whether it's a brush or a beauty blender. Your foundation, some lashes, a gloss of your choice, or a staple lip color, red, whatever your favorite lip color is, and a nice eyeshadow palette that you can use for any kind of look.
Now,
You
is
can
this for,
easily transition?
so is this for every day though?
Yeah, those are your staple items. So these are things you can use for every day for work or for outside of work, and that you can just, if you're in a rush, you can just pop something up at the store and just pick one item up, two items up, and just use what you already have and just add those two items to that look.
Okay. And then in terms of for stage, what would you add to that?
For stage, it's just a little more time.
Okay.
And time is free depending on where you are and what you're doing. But, take that extra time to make sure that you look better than what you would normally do at your 9 to 5.
Okay. So I need to check my kit to make sure I have everything. And yeah. One thing I don't wear, and we want to talk about, as far as like the foundation, just keeping that natural look.
Yeah.
Makeup, and maybe it's changed, but back in the day, it always, to me, it just felt heavy.
Yeah.
The foundation, and now, I'm sure it feels so light and natural.
Well, it still can. It just depends on, the trend and what you're normally used to wearing. Going into spring 2018, one of the trends right now is to make the skin look natural. Mm-hmm. And I think that should always be the case, unless you're going out or doing something extra special.
And when you say the trend in terms of looking more natural, I remember, and I know we had this conversation offline. I remember specifically there was one trend where it was like the eyes have to pop. You make the eyes pop, and then
Play the lips down.
Play the lips down. So now, where are we now? In addition to the natural look,
Yes.
Is there still focus on the eyes, or is it focus on the lips?
Well, it's a little bit of both. So going into spring 2018, some of the trends in the fashion shows this past show was the natural skin, a bold lip, or a bitten lip, meaning the color looks like you've just bit it and the color is kind of bleeding out just a little bit.
Really?
Very soft, or a very sheer transitional lip gloss that you can barely see. And then eyes, eyeliner, the holographic eyeliners are in trend for spring 2018 in the fashion shows. So using black liquid liner with glitter on top. And an example of that, if you follow Derek Rutledge, shout out to him.
He just had a birthday.
Yes, yes. On that's Oprah Winfrey's makeup artist. If you look at the last award show that she was speaking on, she did a black liner with glitter right over it, and it looked amazing on her.
Oh, I have to try to find that.
Yeah, it's right on his Instagram.
Now, is that just for performance, or would you wear that?
You could wear that out to dinner. Wear it for one of your shows. Wink, wink.
Yes. Okay.
But yeah, it's fun. It's fun. Makeup should be fun for anybody, and it's always trial and error, or be your own mixologist and find out what you make and what works better for you. Mm-hmm. It's okay to be a little different.
Yes, and I like that. Yeah. I like that a lot. Now, let's talk a little bit about, before we get into the actual stage makeup. So we have male performers, and I know that, men don't like wearing makeup, but what would you suggest to the male artist that is about to perform? Because I know, like, you don't want, especially with the lighting, the oiliness, and what would you suggest for the males that are watching?
Well, making sure that you have a really great skincare regimen, something that, something to help wash your face down depending on your skin type, because not everything is for everybody. And making sure you're moisturizing with the right products to your skin type. And as far as makeup is concerned, depending, it depends on everyone's skin. So if you have a lot of blemishes, you're going to need to invest in some foundation or concealer. But for someone who has average to really good skin, just I think a mineral powder is always really nice and easy to use, which I love to use. I use it on you a lot after foundation. It comes out really natural. It doesn't look like it's caked on. That's why I love mineral powders.
Okay. So guys, it's okay to have a little bit, just a little bit.
A little bit. It takes away shine really nicely. Yeah. Yes.
So now, as far as stage makeup, what are some helpful tips in terms of, like, for women that are doing their own makeup? What are some things that you should consider, especially with the lighting, and really so the people can really see your face?
Well, you can call me.
Right. Yes.
That's one. But remember, there's always light on your skin if you're going to be on stage. So try not to highlight way too much. And I know highlighting has been a really big trend this past year in 2017.
Oh, yes.
And the kids have really, taken it up several notches.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's time to bring that back a little bit. Dewy skin is kind of still in. And it's a dewy and highlighting are two different things. And for the last time, let me just differentiate what bronzers and what highlighters are, because a lot of people don't know that there's actually two different things. A bronzer is a product that's gonna make your skin look or appear a little darker than what it naturally is. So you want to, like if you're tanning,
right?
A highlighter is something that's gonna bring light, so it has a little sparkle to the powder, or it can be in a liquid or a cream texture, so it's gonna attract light and have a little shimmer effect to the skin as well.
Okay, and what is that? I don't like this. Where they with the artists. It might be actors that do it too.
The contouring?
Yes, and the nose, and it's bronze, and it just looks oily, and
That was a trend last year, and some people are still holding on to it. You know how we sometimes leave the Christmas lights on after Christmas?
Yes.
So, you just got to step out of your natural regimen and try something different.
Yes, and again, natural is better in terms of just making it look a little more natural. I think that if I walk up to you and it's something that just goes pow, like right smack you in the face, then it's just
before
too much.
You actually say hi.
Yes,
it's a lot.
Yes, because I was watching the Braxton sister, because I didn't know anything about it, but I'm sorry, it wasn't. It was Chrisette Michelle. She was doing like a behind the scenes kind of thing, and she was getting her makeup done. And actually, it looked nice. I mean, in terms of, making your nose appear smaller or more narrow, then, they change how they apply the makeup. Hers looked natural, but then I saw the Tamar, and I was like, I wasn't really feeling it too much. It was just a little bit over the top.
Yeah, Tamar is over the top.
Yeah. But, shout out to Tamar.
Hey.
But, yeah, that was when I really started noticing that. Yeah. And I was like, is that something? Is that the trend now?
Yeah.
All right, well, we're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're moving over to the makeup table, and we're going to talk about the smoky eye, because I love the smoky eye. I'm always like, I want a smoky eye. So that, and then for, I know for people with big eyes that it's like a palette or something. The eyelids are so big and wide, and they can all experiment with all these different colors. But I have small lids, so I'm always looking for ways
something that's gonna open it.
Yes. Yeah. So we're gonna go and we're gonna do a quick demo over on this side. Hopefully, you guys will call with questions. If there's something that you want to know.
What's the number?
The number 240-428-4802. Emily Smith, better known as my baby girl Tiana, is watching. So yeah, feel free to call in, and we're gonna do a quick a screen. What is it? Set change. Yeah. Thank you, and then we'll be right back. back. So Ruben will talk, he'll talk as he's going through the demo, but we had a quick question that was on Facebook Live feed, and that was
how to make lipstick last long.
Yes.
Yeah, so my recommendation for long-lasting lip wear is to invest in a lip primer. Lip primer will help prevent creasing of the lip color on the texture of your lip throughout the day. Mm-hmm. It'll show the colors off a little bit, and try to find something that's waterproof. And now the latest trends for lipstick is shying away from the traditional bullet lipsticks to liquid lipsticks. So I know at NYX Cosmetics they have the liquid lip suedes, which are matte finishing and they're waterproof, so they'll last longer. The pigments are really, really strong, and if you are out for drinks, it won't really wear off for your cocktails. So those are really nice products to look into.
Okay.
So right now, we're gonna show you guys how to work with some products on a smoky eye, but this is not gonna be your average smoky eye. Normally, people think smoky eye it's like black, brown, and gray or white. We're gonna use all neutral colors for this smoky eye. I'm gonna show you how to do that.
Okay.
So the first step to this is to obtain an eye primer. An eye primer is gonna help for the colors to stay on the skin. It's gonna help prevent creasing of the colors on the eyelid, and this is also going to blur out any imperfections because this is the HD primer from NYX Professional Makeup.
Okay.
So you're gonna take either your finger or a flat brush. I'm gonna look right there. Close your eye and just gonna pat that right onto the eyelid. This is colorless once it goes on, so just need a nice thin coat across the eyelid. Not any higher than the natural crease to your eye. And on the center of the eye, this is what the palette looks like that we're going to be using. This is also by NYX Professional Makeup. This is the Ultimate Palette in number 3, Warm Neutrals. So because Wendy has smaller eyelids, we're going to use something that's going to help pop out the eye, but also give her that smoky look that she's looking for. So I'm going to use a flat angle brush to pat on the color in the center, which is going to be a nice neutral shimmery color. And we're going to use this color on the inner crease closest to the nose. This will help to open up the eye, blur out any darkness on the eyelid, and give her a nice soft highlight. I'm also going to use this color right under the brow to give the brow a natural highlight that's very soft.
I know I need to art. I know I need to pluck those hairs.
So that's there. And then I'm going to go back and forth on the lid and the crease. So I'm going to move over to the crease, and I'm going to use a natural hair fluffier brush. This is really, really great for blending. It's very tapered, and I'm just going to use the tip. Now, I noticed something that Wendy had said and before we went to commercial is about how soft everything feels when I'm doing makeup on her. One of the key things is that when you're doing makeup on someone or on yourself is where you're holding the brush. A lot of people will grab the brush from the very tip and kind of go in, and that feels a little heavy or harsh on someone when you're doing their makeup. So what I do is use the natural arch between your thumb and your pointer finger and just kind of clamp down right in the middle and then hold the brush like that. And when I apply the makeup, I'm just tickling the skin with the ends of the brush. This gives the application of your makeup a softer effect, and it comes out a little easier. So with this color, I'm going to use a very nude color and then a very warmer color. And I'm going to blend this in the crease. So in like a windshield wiper motion from left to right where your natural crease is at, I'm going to blend these two colors. And this will help me give that smoke effect once the look is complete. The higher up you go, the lighter the color needs to be. So we're going to add another transitional color that's a little lighter.
Honestly, I always thought it was the opposite. I was doing light colors on my lid, so I was wrong.
I mean, there's no right or wrong way, trial and error. Smoke ends up being a little lighter as it rises, and it's darker towards the ground. So we're going to add that transitional color there. And now we're going to take our deepest color, which could be a black, or in this case, it's going to be a very deep brown. So here, it's going to be this one.
Uh-oh. Where did Jay go? Jay's supposed to hold on a second.
Okay.
We don't want to miss a call.
That's his phone.
Okay. Make sure we don't want to miss. I have so many ringtones on my phone. Okay.
Right.
Thank you.
So we're going to use the deepest color of the brown, and we're going to use a flat natural hair brush. And the way I'm going to apply this is I'm going to have her close her eyes. And I'm going to use the brush on the very tip, right at the root of the lashes, where her skin and her lashes meet. And I'm just going to lightly pat that onto the eyelid. And then rotate when I go upwards. Just keep patting until you get a good amount of that product on top of that eye primer. Go back to your blending brush with no product on and just kind of smoke out that warm brown that you just put on there.
So when you're talking about your brushes, do you just buy a kit of brushes, or are there specific brushes that people should start with?
Well, I mean, a kit probably saves you a little more money than buying individual brushes. So, look at what you're going to be using your brushes for, and then probably invest in a kit because you're going to eventually use all of the brushes.
Okay.
But use brushes that you're going to be using. Don't just buy brushes to collect them.
Okay.
So with that being said, we can take the flat brush with that deep color again. Use the tip of the brush, and I'm going to have you look all the way up. I'm going to lift down on the eye so I can get right under the lashes and the waterline on the bottom part of the eye. I always load the brush on both sides with product so that I don't have to keep going all the way back to the palette. And when you're doing a smoky eye on someone who has smaller eyes, you don't want to make the smoke too heavy because it'll just make the eye appear even smaller. And this is why I also use neutral colors on Wendy today, because if I use darker colors, it'll really just kind of shut the eye down.
Okay.
So keep those warmer colors that are natural to you, and shy away from the black. You can add a liquid liner on the lash line to intensify the smoke a little bit at the root, and just keep those browns going all the way up.
So now for a smoky eye, is it more for like when you're going for events, or can you do a smoky eye every day?
I would do a smoky eye every day if it was up to me, but you have to play around with the colors for the occasion. Like a smoky eye like this would be good for every day for you. And then when we spoke about transitioning from day to an event or day to night, now is where you would add a black to the ends of the corner of the eye to make that eye a little more dramatic for your evening occasion.
Okay. Now, do you, while you're doing this, do you have workshops? Do you teach people how to apply makeup?
Yeah, I have classes. I think I'm going to plan one for late spring 2018. It'll be here in Washington, D.C., and you can get information about classes or book appointments on my website at beautybyruben.com. or on my Instagram at beautybyruben. And Ruben is spelled R-U-B-E-N.
Okay.
And anyone can attend, from your beginner to your novice, or other makeup artists have actually attended my classes too. You never know what you can learn from another professional too. Just doing this very quickly on the other eye.
I wish I had somewhere to go. Excuse me. Oh, all dolled up to go home. I have to go to work.
We're just blending this out again in the crease. Another thing I wanted to kind of chat about was another trend for spring is eyelashes. Eyelashes are always in, especially with our new millennials. They love wearing lashes. And before it was, stacked on stacked lashes, or the longer the better, the darker, the fuller, the better. And so for spring 2018, the trend with eyelashes is definitely using false lashes, but this time they want to take away the volume and just add a little length. So I'll show you guys on the other table what those lashes look like, and some lash recommendations that I'll have for you guys.
Oh, that's good. Now, I get mine done. It's time to get them. As you see, some of them popped off.
Open your eye.
But yeah, and you know what? I noticed because I watched some of the reality TV shows, and like the Housewives of Atlanta. Man, their lashes just pop, almost like popping out on the screen. But they look they don't look fake. They don't look like butterfly-ish.
Some, yeah.
I remember seeing them, back in the day, where I didn't like it. But now
they probably double stack the lashes to give that, that TV effect. All right.
Oh,
that's
I'm done?
Okay. Let me cool you off. One of my other staple items that we talked about earlier is having a setting spray or something to hydrate your skin before, during, or after your makeup. Close your eyes for me. This will kind of cool the skin. It has vitamins and natural extracts to kind of hydrate and cool the skin down from any irritations.
Oh, that feels good.
Yeah. And that's it.
Okay. So we want to take the lashes over here?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so we're going to take a quick break and come back and we'll another, what is it? A set change?
Set change, yeah.
There you go. I'll get all this lingo down. Back. So again, I just wanted to reiterate to those of you who may have joined us a little later. With this show, I interview independent artists or musicians. I interview songwriters, promoters. Oh, hold on a second.
We got a caller.
I think we have a caller.
Oh no, the wire.
Michelle? Okay, hold on. Thank you. Hello? Hi, Michelle? Can you?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Thanks for calling. This is Michelle, right?
Yes.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi. It's Tona.
Hey, Tona Michelle.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Tona Michelle.
Welcome.
Okay. Thank you. I have a question for Mr. Rubin. So I see a lot of people doing the highlights and things like that. Like some of it looks like something that you wouldn't wear for the daytime. So how do you achieve that look without it looking so harsh?
The highlight?
Like how? Yeah, with the how they have like under the eye, like that Kim K look, but some of it looks a little harsh, like it's more for like pictures or something. How can you achieve that look, for like a regular, typical daytime look?
Okay, yeah, sure. Well, thanks for your question. So the highlight I think that you're talking about is more of like a concealer and banana powder kind of highlight, which is located under the eye, around the brow, and down the middle of the face. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
yeah.
What I would recommend for that is to always look for a concealer or a foundation that's about 2 or 3 shades lighter than your natural complexion of foundation or powder. So what you're going to do is set that right under the eye, on the brow, down the middle of the face, and you're going to blend that out. And what I do is use this technique first before I put on foundation. The reason being is that when I once I get the highlight done with the concealer or foundation, I go back and warm the color of your face back up with your natural foundation color, and then I can touch up. I can narrow down the highlight that we used with the foundation, so it warms it back up to your natural complexion. And then what I also do after I get the liquid or cream textured products is to set it with the mineral powders or a banana powder, which is a setting powder, which will help with that highlight. They're kind of like what Nicki Minaj uses a lot. And the Kardashians, they use all these products from different brands.
Yeah, but but I'm the type of person, I don't like to use like a whole lot of product. And so, and that brand, is that like a brand that I can buy from like a regular store? Like, what is the brand that I can buy from a regular store?
Depending on your budget, you can get banana powder or the setting powders from your theatrical makeup stores. You can get them from your drugstore or your Target or Walmart. Elf Cosmetics, NYX Cosmetics has setting powders. MAC has setting powders. Everybody pretty much has one. It just depends on what kind of money you're trying to spend on those products. But pretty much all of them will give you the same look.
And does it have to be like that, a banana color? Like, is that right? Because I'm like a medium to dark skin, and so
yeah, the banana
but
powders. Yeah, the banana powders are translucent depending on the shade that you buy. I like to use the banana yellow one. So that one is translucent, but it'll give you that soft highlight when done right.
Okay. All right. So when you say banana color, that's just like
a yellow.
There's like different levels. Okay.
Yeah,
so it's
yellow
just different
color
shades under that banana.
Yeah. And then
okay.
Topaz, which is like a orangey brown, and then a dark brown for contouring, or you can use it for all over. But when you're using these banana or highlighting color products, be mindful of the flashback that some of them have. So if they contain talc, you want to use very little of that product, because when you're taking photography or photo pictures, the flash will flash back, and that's where you get that white, ghostly, ashy kind of look.
You don't want that.
So a little less.
Well, I'm just looking not for photos, but just for like a day, like, for work, kind of like.
Okay, well, you can get you can use a mineral powder. If you're not into the banana powders, use a mineral powder that's a little lighter than your natural complexion, because they're very soft. They don't have the talc in them. They'll contain mica, which is a great ingredient to bind the product. But you can use mineral powders. They're soft and they won't have flashback.
Or she can always come reach out to you.
Yeah, you can call me.
See you and
reach me at beautybyruben.com, and we can, have one-on-one sessions in your home or in my in-home makeup studio.
Okay.
Thank you for your question, Tony.
Well, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you
calling.
so much. Yeah, because I always wonder that, like, I like to achieve that look, but I'm like, it's just a little too much for just a regular day look. And so I just wonder how that worked.
Sure. Practice makes perfect.
yes. Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Bye bye.
All right, bye.
I'm just noticing I ain't put any lipstick on because I was thinking I was gonna get my lips done too. So,
Well, because you said that.
sorry. Go ahead.
I did bring you a NYX hashtag This Is Everything lip oil. This has grapeseed oil, jojoba oil, and a few other oils in there. It's not a lip gloss. It does have a little shine that'll go away.
Oh,
And
okay.
you can keep that one. That one's
Thank
for
you.
You can actually put some on now.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Can you
this
open
will
it for me?
condition the lip. It'll it's like a chapstick but without the waxes. So
Oh, okay.
it's
Thank you.
colorless. The sponge is pink in color.
Okay.
But you can put that on, blend it out, and it's like instant hydration. It's like water to a sponge, pretty much.
And with this weather, you need it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, again, let's tell people how they can stay connected with you because we're running out of time.
So you can reach me at beautybyruben.com on the internet, or at my Instagram at beautybyruben. Ruben is spelled Ruben. And my number, email, and everything is on both of those outlets.
Yes, and those of you that are watching on Facebook, his information, we're tagged on each other's posts, so you can always
Drop me an
check.
inbox.
Yes, and I'll make sure I'm send another post and tag Ruben as well, so that you can stay in touch with him. So, how much time we have, Jay? 30 seconds? Okay. So for the Set Your Mind, Set Your Week, what I'll do is normally I like to end the show with some motivational tip for the week. I have 9 powerful and effective self-motivation tips, but for the sake of time, I'll just do the first one, and then when we come back next week, I'll read some more. The first one is to keep focused on your goal. Focus on your goal irrespective of what is happening to you. There are 3 very powerful ways you can do this. Create your own vision board, which I think is great. Create your very own mind movie, which is a colorful live movie featuring the exact pictures and words that represent your goals. You can even select your own inspiring background music. And it says, look at your vision board or mind movie and say your goal affirmations regularly. So goal affirmations, is like, for me, it would just be, I am motivated, and I'm going to continue to move forward no matter how tired I get. Because I feel like sometimes I'm just running on fumes, but no matter how tired you get, you still have to do something to kind of plug away so that you can make that much more progress as you try to achieve your goal. So, again, I appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you so much, Ruben, for taking the time.
Thanks for having me.
I miss you. It's like, it's time for me to do another show.
I mean, you on Disney cruises and stuff.
I know, but I wasn't performing on the Disney cruise.
Okay.
That's next. But I do appreciate you. And again, guys, make sure you stay connected. It is important. A makeup artist is an important part of a team because, again, you want to make sure that you have people that know you, know your style, know what you like, so that you don't want to have to keep going back and, telling people over and over again, I don't like this and I don't like that. Like, I love the smoky eye. So, Again, I thank you guys for watching. Make sure you come back, join us next week. Same time, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time right here. See you.
Bye.
Bye.